Okay, so now I'll be showcasing our API wrapper function and giving an scenario, kind of give you an idea of like how our API will be useful in real life and some of the future planning that we have for our project. So we have three API wrapper function. Our first API wrapper function will take ingredient as an input and kind of search for drug that contain that ingredients and the species that it could be treated, and will return that as a result. Our second and third API wrapper function will be taking in the drug name as an input and return the ingredient that it contained, and also like the administration route that it was that is responsible for. So we're just gonna run this, showing that it is working. So just gonna jump into the data visualization part. So let's say giving a scenario that, sorry, okay. So let's say given a scenario that we're working in the pharmacy and we were in charge of refilling the medical supply, and given a list of items that were currently in stock, you want to know which specific item need to be restocked, and we can kind of visualize using our API. So in here, we can see that the oral category doesn't really need restocking because we still have a lot of items in stock based on the input of the drug name. But we see that like the last two category need restocking. I don't know how to pronounce that category, but yeah. So by visualizing by inputting a list of brand name, we could know that which specific administration route it was related to, and we can kind of look into and investigate like, okay, we are currently low in stock in the last like 5 categories, so we should like look into which specific drug low in stock and kind of restock it. Okay, so now for our future planning. Well, due to the time constraint that we have in this block, the list that I show is we have to input it line by line. So we have to pass in the drug name and the user, the API token one by one, and kind of get the output like this. So for future planning, since it's not very user friendly, for future planning, we want to kind of develop a user interface and allowing the user to kind of pass in the list of items as a in a CSV files format. So the user don't have to pass in the name and the API token one by one, and just kind of be a more like user friendly application. And yep, that's it for our presentation. Thank you.